I work for Team Groups company. Now I work. Now I need things in province.
Now you're living in Hưng Yên province, right? Yeah, and yes, please continue.
That's it.
Oh, okay. So nice to meet you, Mr. Thuật.
Yeah.
And so I overheard that you are an engineer. You used to work at a Vin Group, right?
Yes.
And now where are you working?
Now I am an engineer.
And what company are you working for right now?
Team Group.
Are you still working for Vin Group?
Yes.
All right. So how many people are there in your family?
There are 6 people.
There are 6 people. And
Yes.
who are they? Can you tell me?
It's my father and my mother, me, and my father and 2 sons. Yes.
Your wife, right? You, your wife, and two
Yes, my
sons.
wife. Yes.
And how old is your youngest son?
Mm, uh, the eldest the eldest sons uh 4 years old 4 years old, and the youngest son 2 years old.
Oh, he's just 2 years old.
Yes.
Wow. So does he go to school?
It's
I think he goes to kindergarten, right?
kindergarten. The first son go to school, the kindergarten. Yes.
All right. And so now we will learn this lesson, and I will focus on the conversation. Okay, do you see my screen?
Hôm nay bảo cô thêm một người nào nữa học nữa rồi.
À, một người nữa ạ. Thì anh đấy hôm nay có việc bận nên không vào được ạ.
À, okay.
Okay, so now first here, what will you say when you meet someone for the first time?
I think drink coffee. Drink coffee.
Yeah, they are
They
drinking coffee.
yes, they drink coffee. Yeah.
No. Um, what will you say when you meet someone for the first time? It means that, okay, so here, me and you, we are meeting for the first time. What should you say to me? You
Nice
first
to
meet
meet
me.
you. It's the first um hello, nice to meet you. Yes.
Yeah, hello, nice to meet you, right? But what if you see a stranger and you want to talk to them? You want to come to that stranger and talk to him or her. What should you say?
How's it going? Yes.
How's it going?
Yes. Hi
But what
there.
if yeah. Hello there.
Yes. Long time no see.
Long
Yes.
time no see. Okay, long
Yes.
time no see. You should say long time no see when you see your friend because you already know them, right?
Yes.
But if you see a stranger, what if you see
Yes.
a stranger?
Stranger.
Yeah.
Stranger. Yes. If even a stranger, I can say, nice to meet you. Yes. How how are you today? Yes.
How are you today? You have to that's how you start a conversation, right?
Yes.
What if we talk about the weather? Like
Mm,
you find some reasons to talk to them instead of directly ask them like how are you?
yes.
Ừ.
I'm
Khi mà
good.
mình gặp một người lạ thì ngoài
Yes.
ngoài việc là mình hỏi thẳng người ta luôn thì mình có thể lấy một số lý do để bắt chuyện với người ta ấy ạ. Thì anh có những cách nào để bắt chuyện với người lạ?
Hello. Is excuse me and excuse me. Um, excuse me. Uh, what the time and excuse me. Yes, what the time? Um,
What's the time? Excuse me?
yes. Could you tell me um how how could you tell me how long how long fr- how long from here to bus station
How long does it take me? How long does it take you to the bus station, right? How long does it take you to the bus station? You start a conversation by asking about the weather.
the weather yes
Yeah, the weather
the
is raining.
it's so hot it's so hot
It's so hot, isn't it?
yes
Okay.
and can you yes you can feel you can feel the weather today.
I'm sorry. Can you say that again?
You can feel the weather today. Yes,
Ah, you can feel the weather today. I get it.
yes,
All right. So here's a little grammar. It's just very easy. So when you say something and you are asking for your partner's idea about your opinion, you can use this tag question. For example, I would say, um, the weather today is hot, isn't it? I am asking you whether you feel it's hot or not. So if you agree, you will say yes, it is, or if you don't agree with me, you will say no, it isn't. Cái này gọi là câu hỏi đuôi. Thì khi mà em sử dụng câu
yes,
hỏi đuôi này thì mình sẽ nói là mình sẽ sử dụng khi mà mình muốn nghe cái ý kiến của người khác về cái câu nói của mình. Thay vì là đặt câu hỏi như bình thường thì mình sẽ nghe ý kiến của người khác về câu nói của mình. Trong cái ví dụ lúc nãy em còn nói là thời tiết hôm nay rất là nóng, đúng không ạ?
yes,
Thì là cái câu the weather today is hot, isn't it? Cái câu isn't it đấy chính là câu hỏi đuôi. Yeah, so now
yes,
can you make a question? Can you make a question using that tag question?
yes. Are you? No, you are a teacher, aren't you? Yes,
Are you a teacher? Aren't you?
you are a teacher. You are a teacher. You are a teacher, aren't you?
Yeah, you are a teacher, aren't you? Yes, I am. All right. So now it's my turn to ask you. You are a doctor, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm an engineer. Yes,
Okay. Okay, very good. So this grammar is very easy for you, right? Okay, so here's how you could start a conversation with a stranger. Can you read these for me?
do you mind if I call you? Would it be rude to call you? What would you like to be called? How do you prefer to be addressed? Do you use Missy and Mr.
Hmm. Miss or Mrs.
Mrs. Miss
Yeah,
or Mrs.
yeah, Miss or Mrs. Okay, so now I will ask you a random question from here. Do you mind if I call you Mr. Thuật?
Mm, you call me little Tom. You can call me little Tom. Yes.
Okay. So first you answer like, no, I don't mind. Or yes, I'm sorry. You can say, no, I don't mind. Or you can call me Mr. Tom. Tom. I'm sorry, how do you spell that? How do you spell that? Mr. Tom? Miss,
Yes.
yeah, can you spell
No.
that for me?
No, you can call me Mr. Tom.
How do you spell that? How do you spell that? Anh có thể đánh vần cái từ sau cái chữ Mr. của anh được
Yes.
không ạ?
Yes. Tom.
T-O T-O-M.
T.
O
No. Tom. Yes.
T-O-M. Tom.
Yes.
Okay. So from now on, I will call you Mr. Tom.
Yes.
All right.
Mr. Tom.
Okay. So now you can ask me. It's your turn to ask me.
Yes. Do you mind if I call you Missy Nhan?
Oh, well, you can call me Miss Nhan, not Mrs.
Miss Nhan.
Yeah,
Yes. Miss. Yes.
Miss Nhan. Okay. Mrs. is a word to call a woman who already get married.
Listen and
Oh,
repeat.
I'm sorry. Cái từ Mrs. thì mình sẽ sử dụng để nói về người phụ nữ đã có chồng. I'm still single,
Yes.
so you can call me Miss instead of Mrs.
Yes.
All right, so here's a conversation that you can practice to ask a stranger. You can start a conversation with a stranger like this. So now you'll be the person A and I'll be the person B. We'll practice.
Good morning. Beautiful day, isn't it?
It really is. By the way, yeah,
Yes. I'm Thuật. Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
Do you mind if I call you Mr. Tom?
No, you're asking me. You're asking me. Khi mà anh đang hỏi em.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Do you mind if I call you Mr. Nhan? Yes. Miss Nhan. Yes.
No, you can call me Miss Nhan.
Yes.
So please call me Miss Nhan. All right. So that's the way we can start a conversation with a stranger by asking about the weather. All right. So now can you start a conversation with me by asking about other things, not the weather? Please go ahead. Bây giờ thì anh sẽ sẽ bắt đầu một cuộc trò chuyện với em, ví dụ em là người lạ đi, anh sẽ bắt đầu một cuộc trò chuyện với em, nhưng mà thay vì hỏi là ngày đẹp hay là hôm nay thời tiết đẹp nhỉ như thế này thì anh sẽ hỏi một cách khác đi ạ.
Good morning. It's so hot today, isn't it? It's so hot today.
It really is. By the way, I'm Nhan.
Yes. Mr. Thuật. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Would you like me to call you Mr. Tom?
Yes. You can call me Mr. Tom. Yes.
And please call me Miss Nhan.
Yes.
Okay, now we'll start a conversation in another way. We will not talk about the weather. Okay, we'll not talk about the weather anymore. So now please ask me. Please start a conversation with me, but not talking about the weather.
Yes. Hello. Nice to meet you. My name is Mr. Thuật, and you?
Well, I'm Nhàn. Do I know you?
I think you don't know me.
Yeah. So, did I meet you somewhere?
I think, but I don't meet you anywhere.
Hmm. So, okay. Nice to meet you. And I think we must meet somewhere. That's why you talk to me. You come to talk to me, right? And by the way, do you know what time is it?
Mm, Now it's 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Oh, it's 10 o'clock. Really? Where do you live?
Mm, I need I need near here.
You live near here. All right.
Yes.
Thank you for telling me the time.
No
First,
problem.
and wait. Where do you live? I'm sorry. What's your phone number? So that I just need to ask for your phone number so that we can keep in touch with each other.
Yes. My number is 0 9 6 4 uh, 4 7 4 6 3 8.
All right, I get it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Khi mà có ai đấy nói là thank you thì anh có thể trả lời lại là you are welcome.
Yes, no problem. No problem. Yes.
No, yeah, no problem.
Pleasure. My
No,
pleasure.
my pleasure. No problem thì mình sẽ sử dụng để trả lời câu xin lỗi nhiều hơn ạ.
Yes.
All right, so now let's move to this one. Move to a discussion. So, what should people ask when they first meet?
I think how are you today? Yes. Where do you live? And um, and say hello, hi there. Yes, I think yes.
Yes, greeting, right? Greeting questions, right?
Yes.
We should say greeting questions. Should we ask about their family or their phone numbers, their contact information when we first meet them?
Phone number.
Should we ask about their phone number, their family, their job when we first meet them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
All
think
right.
I think your family, yes, the family and what do you need? Yes.
All right. So, okay, so let's move to what shouldn't we ask when we first meet someone?
I think if you don't ask how old are you and are you get married? Yes, I think yes.
Yeah, about their marriage status, their age, right?
Yes, age and status. Yes.
That their marriage status, their age, and their salary. We shouldn't ask about their salary as well. Salary. You know this word?
Salary.
Yeah, salary. Should we ask about their
Ah,
salary?
yes, salary. Salary.
Yeah,
Yes.
salary. We shouldn't ask
Yes.
about their salary.
Yes, salary.
Salary, age, age and married status.
Status.
Yeah, marriage status. And what else? What else should we didn't? What else should we not ask on about people when we first meet them?
Now I
Salary.
don't remember. Yes.
You have no. You don't have any other idea.
Yes.
All right. So I think salary, age, and marriage status are the most common thing we should avoid talking about when we first meet people. All right. So now let's I think your English is pretty good. How long have you how long have you learned English?
I learned English from high school.
You have learned English since you were in high school.
Yes.
So when did you
Long time ago.
graduate? Yeah, please
But,
go.
but in the schools, uh, uh, we don't practice talking and listening. The teacher, my teacher always uh, uh, always teach me, always teach us, always teach us grammar and writing, speaking and listening and pronunciation. Yes,
Pronunciation.
yes. I think the pronunciation and listening and speaking really important to communicate communication.
So that's why you're here, right?
Yes.
So did you learn English anywhere after graduating from high school?
I often study English. I often learning English on YouTube. Yes, YouTube, and sometimes I go to English Central. Yes,
You
if I have free time. Yes,
when you have free time, you will watch videos on YouTube or learn some courses from the English Center
yes,
to practice English.
yes. But I'm speaking not fluently. In I remember a lot of vocabulary, but when I talk, I don't I cannot the vocabulary I cannot the vocabularies
You cannot use them when you speak, right?
yes,
Though you learn a lot, you remember all of them. But when it comes to speaking, you just forget all of them, right?
yes,
All right, I think that's the problem of everyone learning English as their second language. Um, we should we should not take into account the vocabulary that we learned. We shouldn't like make it serious. It's not that serious. The first thing you need to speak, you need to if you want to speak English fluently, you need to use the vocabulary that you already know, that you're already familiar with, not the vocabulary that you just learned. And then after you speak English using that simple vocabulary or simple words, you will improve that by practice using the more advanced words. Khi mà mình nói tiếng Anh để nói được tiếng Anh lưu loát thì trước hết là mình sẽ dùng những cái từ nó đơn giản trước anh ạ. Những cái từ đơn giản
Yes.
trước ở cấp độ đơn giản mà anh nhớ nhất. Sau đấy là khi mà mình nghĩ lại về cái cuộc hội thoại, về cái câu mà mình nói đấy, thì mình sẽ nghĩ xem là mình có cách nào để làm cuộc hội thoại nó trôi chảy hơn, bằng cách là dùng những cái từ nó cao cấp hơn một chút. Thì lúc ấy mình sẽ gọi là thấm từ từ ấy. Từ vựng nó có một từ này nó có nhiều nghĩa, một nghĩa thì có nhiều từ để biểu thị, để biểu hiện, và mình sẽ sử dụng từ đơn giản nhất sau đến từ phức tạp. And do you learn any other language besides English?
Before I I I used to learn Chinese, but I focus I focus English because I think the first I want to fluent in English, and now I stop other language. Yes.
Oh, so you used to learn Chinese, but when you learn
Yes.
Chinese, you start to forget about English,
Yes.
and you need to use English for work, right?
Yes. For work and for in the future, yes, I can teach my son. Yes.
Oh, you want to teach your son,
Yes.
and you want to use English for work. That's why you stop learning Chinese.
Yes.
All right, that's pretty good. Well, I am struggling with learning Korean right now. Well, when I start learning Korean, you know Korean?
Korean. Hy Lạp à?
No, Korean. Tiếng Hàn Quốc ạ.
Đức à?
Tiếng Hàn Quốc.
Korean. Korean.
Yeah, it's Korean.
Korean.
I used to learn Korean, but the problem with me is not that I forgot English. It's I couldn't remember the vocabulary, the Korean vocabulary. It's so hard for me to learn. So
Yes.
so I stopped learning Korean. Then I focus on learning English. Now I'm still
Yes.
learning English. And do you have to write emails or things in English at work?
I really writing on the writing make an email. Yes, I I I often speaking with my partner.
You often speak English when you are on a meeting with your company, right?
My partner, yes,
Your partner,
yes, partner,
your partner at work, your colleagues. You mean your colleagues? Đồng nghiệp của anh ấy ạ.
yes,
Đồng nghiệp thì mình sẽ dùng từ colleague.
college.
Yeah,
Yes.
colleague. You need to
I
speak
use
English.
yes, I often use the partner. Yes.
You're familiar with partner.
Partner. Yes.
Partner. But actually, the other word to use is colleague. You can use colleague instead of partner, because partner is very common and it could be used in many situations. Like when you speak about your family, your partner would be your wife, right?
Yes.
When you talk about your family, your partner would be your wife. When you are at class, when you're learning in the class, your partner would be your deskmate or your classmate. And when you're
Classmate.
classmate, you know classmate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In the class. Yes.
Yeah, classmate are the students in your class, in the same class as you, right? So colleague could be the best word to use in your case. Cái từ
Yes.
partner, cái từ partner thì nó có nghĩa rất là rộng anh ạ. Nếu như mà nói về trong gia đình thì partner của anh có thể là vợ của anh. Nếu nói về trong một lớp học thì partner có thể là các bạn cùng lớp. Trong công ty thì sẽ là các bạn đồng nghiệp. Thế nên là nó rất là rộng như thế nên mình sẽ dùng một từ chính xác hơn là từ colleague. Alright?
Colleague.
Yeah,
Yes.
colleague.
Yes. Colleague.
So, do you start teaching your oldest son about English?
Maybe maybe I think when my son go to school in class I think when my son um sick my son is sick. My son is 6 years old. Years old. Yes.
So your son is 5 years old now, right?
The old sons, the old son, the my old sons is my old son is 4 years old. Yes,
Ah,
my
he's four.
old son.
He's four. Okay, I remember. I get it. Your oldest son is four right now, and you intend to teach your oldest son English when he turns 6, right?
Yes, because my oldest son speak Vietnamese not fluently, and um now he is pronunciation and writing IPA in Vietnamese. Yes.
Oh, he too young to learn English at this time, right? He's too young to learn English. Con trai lớn của anh thì vẫn còn quá nhỏ để học tiếng Anh vào lúc này đúng không ạ?
Yes.
That's why you you will teach him English when he turns 6. And what about your youngest
Yes.
son, your youngest son right now? You start teaching him English?
Yes, I think the same oldest son. Yes.
Oh, well, I see a lot of parents start teaching their kids English when they were very young, like at the age of 3. Why don't you do that? Why do you do like them?
Mm, I think my son's really like play games at the moment, and uh, they they uh, they like watching TV. Yes, not focus learning, not focus learning. I
They
think.
just they just love the entertainment, like watching TV and playing video games, like playing games. They don't want to learn. That's why you don't want to teach them at the moment, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I get it. And what about your wife? Do you need your wife's help in teaching them?
Mm, my wife is very busy. Because is because she take care of she take care some she take care daughter, and if she have free time, she teach them painting and uh, IPA Vietnamese in Vietnamese. Yes.
Oh, so your wife needs to take care of your grandparents, right? I'm sorry,
Yes.
your parents. She must take care of your parents, right? Vợ của anh thì phải chăm
Yes.
sóc cho bố mẹ đúng không ạ?
chăm sóc cho con, daughter, take care of them. Yes.
Oh, she needs to take care of the daughter. Anh có cả
Yes.
con gái. Do you have a daughter?
I mistake two sons. Yes.
Ah, you have two sons. So
Yes.
your wife must take care of your parents.
Yes.
Yeah, your wife must take care of your parents. That's why she doesn't have that much time to help you in teaching your kids, right?
Yes.
All right, I get it. And what do you teach your son, your youngest son? What do you teach your youngest son about Vietnamese? I think he is just 2, and he's way too young to start learning Vietnamese at this time. What do you teach your son about Vietnamese?
Mm. I usually teach. I usually teach. I usually teach him. I usually teach him the color and the number and the an animal and I think
And what about the alphabet? You teach him the alphabet.
yes, alphabet and number and the and color and animal. Yes.
Oh, okay. I
Yes.
get it. Is he a good boy?
Mm, no, he's mm, he is he's very active.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
And he's always always fighting mm, brother the brother
He's always fighting with his brother.
is his
Okay.
brother.
So he's a naughty boy. He's not a good boy, right?
Yes.
You mean naughty like this? Naughty.
Naughty,
Yeah,
naughty.
naughty. Con trai của anh thì hơi bướng. Lúc nào cũng thích đánh nhau với anh trai của nó đúng không ạ?
Yes.
Yeah, naughty. Naughty là bướng bỉnh ấy ạ.
Naughty. Yes.
Yeah. He's a naughty boy.
Naughty boy.
Yeah. And what about your older son? Is he a naughty boy?
The oldest son, he's I think quiet. I think quiet. Uh, I think quiet. Quiet hard works. So sometimes he is. Yeah, sometimes he is. Sometimes he painting. He painting and he's um, we read alphabet and uh, writing alphabet and